Hey guys, welcome to day 8. So
So
I'm gonna be
this is
quiet.
Gazbegi,
I'm
Georgia,
talking. I'm talking in this
12
video, so I'll be
kilometers from the Russian border. And you have one of the highest peaks mountains that you could see a little bit over there. I think it's to the right. It's kind of hard. It's very cloudy.
so amazing, guys.
With a church on the hill. Yeah. It's pretty much
This
a
place is so
mountain
amazing.
range. Pretty much in the middle of nowhere. But there's the hotel.
Hotel was good. Very good food.
Really exciting.
Wow. Yeah.
Look at that, how the clouds kind of get themselves deep into the mountain valley.
So awesome with those clouds.
It's just nature. Enjoy it. It's beautiful. Look at that blue, clear sky coming up. It's breaking up a little bit. Yesterday was raining. Hopefully we get a good day today. Let's see. We're doing some 4x4
Yep.
excursion. So we're going to be going
me.
up that. I think we're going up to that church. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the...
Just stay with me.
Just enjoy the videos. It was crazy to get here through this passage. It was a crazy passage. It's the only road to get into this location, and it was...
Yeah.
I've never experienced anything like that in my life. Just watch the video. If you are, just watch the video. They're coming up, and yeah, so we're in Georgia, the 3-part country tour.
Yeah, guys. Wow.
Still got one more night here.
Thank you for staying this long. I know you had to wait.
Today we head off to tomorrow.
At least a few minutes. That was a panorama, just a video that I was showing you guys. That was the morning wake up, and now we're gonna get into our 4x4. But while this scene continues within the 4x4 and you're watching, I'm just gonna give you guys a little bit of facts of where we're at. Welcome to day 8 of the Southern Caucasus trip. It's amazing. We're going back to Tbilisi, but before we go there, we're going to see the most coolest church on the mountain. It's just wow. So if you haven't seen episode 7, check that out, because that shows how we climbed just to get to this area. The area is called Gazbeki, Georgia. We're about 12, 13, I would say 8 miles, 9 miles from the Russian border. Basically, this area falls on 7,120 feet, which is about 2,170 meters. And if anybody's like, Justo, what the hell does that mean? It's basically about 6.5 Eiffel Towers stacked on top of each other. So what we're looking at now is the road to the Gergeti Trinity Church. I hope I remember that right. Gergeti. You know, you can travel just like this road. You know, you travel, it's bumpy. Sometimes it's not. Maybe you have a perfect traveling, but you know, there's always maybe something small that might go wrong, but whatever, it is as it is. As much as I traveled, missed flights, canceled flights, you know, you should always have a some type of backup. But it's in Georgia, just being there since day 6, basically the Nino connected. We're gonna see how that is later on when I go a little bit more into this trip. So yeah, what we're gonna see here is we're zigzagging, right? So we're kind of climbing our way up this mountain, and you're gonna see the weather change. You're gonna see in a way that there's more snow on the ground. You're also gonna see the terrain. You're gonna see how close we are to the edges. You know, just kind of take a look at that. Just suck that up for a little bit, and because we have, after this climb up, yeah, so after this climb up, we're gonna see the coolest, just the coolest church. Just I'm gonna shut up for now and be quiet and go ahead and take a listen, and I'll be right back. Just enjoy the view, enjoy the ride. Believe me, guys, it's gonna be cool. I had to jump in when I saw and I looked back and I saw that mountain behind. I was like, whoa, this is going. We're going up there. We're climbing. It just kept on climbing. It just kept on climbing. I looked back at my wife like with our eyes like, okay, this is something different, And I know there's crazy roads out there, but this is one of those that you basically hold on to your balls. So yeah, we keep on climbing up, and I'm gonna take the time just while we're here. Thank you if you're this far. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Wow. It's just thank you for being here. This you're already 7 minutes in and 7.5 minutes in, and you're hanging out seeing this. This was an amazing trip. I literally wasn't supposed to be in this trip, so this was what makes it cooler for me. I'm happy I actually decided to go and say, okay, let's try. These countries were never on my list. I've heard about them, like, yeah, that's cool, whatever, what, just do it. And then it just from day one, and that was my inspiration. Now we're in day 8, climbing up, going to the Trinity Church, and we're still climbing, and there's still no snow yet. We're gonna get there, you'll see. So let's get some Justo quiet time, and then oh, there it is, there's some snow starting to kick up. Wow. Mind you, he's hustling. He's hustling. He's taking that ride in. But this is a straight road. We're going. It seems fast there, but I think it was only about 80, 90. So 45, 50 miles an hour, 90 kilometers an hour. Sudden stops. They knew. These guys are professionals. So if you're in the area, I can't vouch for every one of them, but at least these two were the best, and I can get their names if you're trying to go in the area, but just if you do find yourself and you do go through that adventure, through that military highway, and you get yourself to this town, go up and see the church. Go up this hill, take 4x4. If you're, I would say experienced enough to type these types of roads, I would say not everyone, you know, guys, if you're really nervous, don't do it. Take the 4x4 or take the taxi, let them take you up there. Um, don't try to be a hero. Uh, you don't want to fall off that cliff. Don't be that tourist. Plus, help the community a little bit. You could see the communities out there. Look at that beautiful view. So we are arriving. We're arriving, and it was an adventure. You're gonna see. I'm just gonna shut up and just let you guys see this for a minute. Yep, that was more, a little bit less than a minute. I came back a little fast, but oh, I forgot the gentleman's name that I am behind. He was part of our group. This is probably one of the most strongest men that I've seen in a sense of his in his age. Um, the man was hustling. We were a walking group, and he was with his cane, um, with a wonderful pair, and he was him and his wife, wonderful couple. So look at this view. Look at this. Just we made that trip, and you can see this mountainside. And of course, for all of you who probably have seen mountains, these are pictures that you're going to be like, oh, this is I've seen this before. I've seen this mountain. But you know what makes this different than maybe Colorado Rockies or the Austrian Alps or the Tatra Mountains, whatever mountain range you want to choose from. It's the history for one, two, when it was built, and three, fuck, look where you're at. This is in the middle of nowhere in Georgia, guys. This is somewhere where you ain't gonna see Mickey Mouse waving his damn hand. But Disney World for damn sure has figured out ways to go to different countries and figure out their history. I think they need to come into Georgia for a little bit and check it out and bring this area into Disney World. I would say it would be a really cool little attraction. But walking up, so after the drive, we're still walking up to the Trinity Church. Now, let me give you guys some information about the Gergeti Trinity Church. Um, it was built, according to the sources when I was reviewing this, it was built, some historians placed it at 1330s.
Yeah, yeah, 1330s. So we're talking about 700 years of standing on that ridge. And when you think about it, guys, if if you watch to drive up, it took some time. We've had it in the video for about five minutes or so, and that was just driving. So imagine those who had to go down to when they were building the church, they were walking down, getting materials, and then coming back up to build it. And they just constantly needed to do that over and over and over again. Just there's actually a story on that when I was putting my notes together, and the story is about that, about these men were going to sleep, and they were tired. They were hauling materials up from the valley. They were dreading the next day, and the story says that they went to sleep, and the next day when they woke up, the church was completely done in its beautiful form. So there's Nati. We passed her earlier. That's our tour guide for Georgia. So within this trip, they assign a tour guide, they assign a bus driver. Of course, we transitioned every time from the border. So we stopped on one side of the border and took our luggage and walked to the other side and did the process. And I would say that to itself was already so much of an experience. Nerve-wracking. All borders did a great job ensuring to check who you are. They're very safe, all the borders, those that we passed through, and yeah, it was just it was an experience to itself. But what you're seeing here is basically the oath. It's a prayer from the religion, and so I actually was reading it. Let's look at that and let's listen to what I had to say. 1 second. Suffered and was buried, and arose again on the third day, according to the scriptures, and ascended into the heavens, and sitteth at the right hand of the Father, and shall come again with glory to judge both the living and the dead, whose kingdom shall have no end. And the Holy Spirit, the Lord, the giver of life, who proceedeth from the Father, who with the Father and the Son together is worshipped and glorified, who spake by the prophets in one holy, Catholic, and apostolic church. I confess one baptism for the remission of sins. I look for the resurrection of the dead and the life of the age to come. Amen. There it is. And then there it is in the Georgian, in their scripture, in their language, in their letters, as you can see. It's amazing. Coming to these different areas of parts of the world, you learn a little bit about history and about culture. Kind of wakens your senses and understanding that we are so small. There's so much out there. And this is the reason why I decided to put together Gusto Hops, was to hopefully share some of these experiences. Yep, that's right. I hope I could share those experiences with you. I was really having a moment there, really enjoying the view and sucking up where I was. In fact, let's just keep the real moment going, and yeah, let's do that. It just opens up the mind a little bit more. And now that we're on top of the church, so from the videos that I showed you before and the pictures, we were down there, and now we're up here. And then down that way, 12 kilometers is Russia. And the snow is melting. Just you learn. Do not ascend, of course. I guess they have the sign there because some people have tried ascending. So I think bye. Let's go check the church. Let's come back up here. When you think of these places being built, how they built it, when it was built, it gives you a different perspective of how gives you perspective of how things were done way back before the technology that we have today. And And us as humans have not learned how to be faster sometimes. We learned how to, I feel technology has hindered us from just a little bit. We've gotten ahead. Let's go check this out. Let's go inside and see. Let's go. Kirche was gemacht, was für Jahre?
14. Jahrhundert.
1400, okay, 1400s, okay. So 1400s. Alles original?
Alles original.
Everything's original.
Jesus und Vater Gott dargestellt.
So there's Jesus and the Father of God. Yep. Very religious. Amen.
Du musst dir eine Schürze anziehen. So eine Schürze, weil wir Rosen anhaben.
Did you guys hear that in the end? Very religious. I'm in a church, and my statement is, it's very religious. I crack myself up, and this is why I have chosen day 8 to talk over some of the scenes that I'm kind of going over and reflecting with you guys. So what you're getting, and again, I'm doing this over a few days, so you might hear my voice a little different on some of the voiceovers. But going back down, you saw the church, and I didn't go too much in detail regarding that church. And you did hear that it was, like she said, she confirmed it was built in the 1400s, 1330, what the historians have kind of wrote down. And just standing on that mountain, that just, and this whole surrounding area, there's a mountain behind it, which was not very easy to see that day. In the video, it was hard to capture it. I don't have very good pictures on it either, but you can look it up, and it's called Mount Kazbek, and it's Mikinvatzveri. I'm gonna say that really so wrong to the Georgians. So the Mikinvatzveri. So Mikinvatzveri to Georgians, which translates roughly to ice peak or glacier peak. Now, this is, when I was reading this, I guess this legend, this story, it isn't just a big mountain. Actually, the mythology is where Amirani, a hero who defied the gods and gave fire to humankind, was chained to the rock as punishment. So he defied the gods and gave fire to humankind. That's pretty deep. That is deep. But this is the fun part about using AI, but don't fall into the rabbit hole and still try to keep yourself sane and don't believe everything you read. Because what AI is doing is it's giving me the story as I took my notes and I wrote it down, and it gave me the history because I asked it to. Like, give me parts of the history. I got it confirmed. So as you heard, Nati said 1400s. Everything in the church was original. And then we have the mythology behind it with this mountain. And let's kind of go a little bit more on the mythology. So basically, punishment never ended. So he gave fire to humankind and then was chained to the rock as punishment. An eagle was sent to eat his liver every day, and every night it grew back. So, did you hear this? Whoa. So they sent an eagle over, eating the liver. Eagle leaves, had its meal, liver grows back. The next day, you suffer the pain over and over and over and over again. Oof, that's horrible. Yeah, so that's an interesting mythology, and it basically Georgia's own Prometheus story, and basically standing there and looking up the mountains. And this is, I'll be honest with everyone, if you're still viewing this far, I would like for you to understand, like, this is my if you follow me on Instagram, I sometimes post pictures of churches or castles that I've seen through my travels. So I love to travel, and I just want to share what I see. I want to share to you this road, my uphills, my downhills, the snowy and rainy now, going down the hill. But I just want to share with you from my eyes and just what I know. And that's how I actually learn. School did not do any, I went to school, I did the university stuff, everything else. That's in another channel. But this is something that I had always the possibility to do. I just never took it in that present time. So I've been in Europe for quite some time. I actually got to Europe in 1998. So I was my first few years in Germany was with the U.S. military. I got stationed over here, joined the Air Force. It wasn't even planned to be stationed. This was really, everything was so at the moment, so surprisingly spontaneous because of just what I was doing, everything that just occurred. And when I'm talking to you guys now about this, and you're seeing the road, and you're seeing what I'm seeing, this is humbles me a little bit, gets me into a place where, man, we're a little ant in this area, and I just love to keep on doing it, and hopefully I still can, and eventually this would be something that I want to bring to all of you as much as possible. But for now, I started, you'll see them, and I'm also going to bring in past, like Tokyo and Brazil, and there's other places that I've been to that I still haven't really given you my reflection on it. So welcome to Husto Hops. If you're this far and you haven't liked and subscribed yet, please like and subscribe. Today's day 8. We're going down the mountain. We were just at the Gergeti Trinity Church. We're basically heading back to Tbilisi. So this was our first stop in the morning. If you've kind of started here in the video, we start from the beginning, and we kind of started from there. We started to drive and the journey from day 8. So here we're going back down. And when I was talking about Mount Kazbek, it is something to really, to kind of I don't know, I had never learned much about the history of these areas, and reading about it, I have here my notes because I am forgetful. But what's one nice kind of little, I would say, a statement that was said but I can imagine it to be true, that it's not only the myths and the stories, but this area has seen different invasions, Persian invasions. From what I read, they've had the church closed down during the Soviet era. There's just so much that you can sit down with a local and probably be able to get so much rich understanding in history. And of course, like everywhere, you're gonna have your opinions, but you know, that's sometimes one of the best things I've always experienced when I go to a country and I don't speak the language. I can look at this mountain that you see right now and just say, mountain, like two monkeys. Mountain, mountain, mountain. And it doesn't matter the opinion, it doesn't matter their background. And in fact, even if they spoke my language, I don't care what your opinion is. It's your opinion as long as you're happy. And as long as you respect mine, I respect yours. And I'll be honest with you, being that close to Russia, I was like, man, come on, let's go. I would love to go in. I'm pretty sure that's just another culture and something new, just to kind of, that I can only imagine in my head, but would love to see with my own eyes. So, you heard me talk a lot, and I appreciate you this far. You know, if you're this far, you could see now the snowy parts of the mountains. We're back on the military highway, the military trail, the only trail that goes in and out of Kazbeki, where we were just at. There is a Kazbeki beer that I was drinking when I was there. It's not made in Kazbeki, but it's named after the area and so on. Guys, it's good beer, but the wine is also good. If it's a taste. So if you're into wine and you like and you know tastes of the wine and you're interested in that stuff, I would say try an amber wine. They call it, so it's not orange, it's amber wine, and just maybe go to a vineyard that maybe has made it in that style, in that tradition. So, kind of losing my thought here. Going to day 6. Please, if you haven't seen the other days, if you want to see the beginning of the Georgia trip, go to day 6. Just on my playlist, you could see the different days. You could skip around. We started in Azerbaijan. We're in Georgia, and tomorrow we're heading to Armenia. Look at this traffic. Look at this traffic of trucks. It's just, look at this ridge. Guys, you couldn't only imagine the experience. If you have experienced this before, maybe you've been through Machu Picchu or places where in Africa or Asia, there's other Asian areas, China, maybe you've done a road like this. Share it. Let me know which one it was. I would love to understand your experience, and follow me on Instagram. You can find me at @HustoHops. You can find my website. I sometimes throw up blogs for fun at hustohops.com. I'm also on the channel, YouTube, at HustoHops. And as well, you could, find me on LinkedIn for my professional network where I do my day job. So it was a journey in through Georgia. This was an incredible trip. I can go on and on. Georgia was a connection to me when my wife mentioned it, that she was planning to come and I wasn't planning to come to this trip. And then my son and I went to Tallinn, and there I met Frozen.BRO. Frozen.BRO is a company who sells, and they make so delicious Georgian food. Klinis. Ah, God, those dumplings are so amazing. When you can, do it. Okay, just do it. So I'm not gonna go through all my notes. I'm just gonna leave you guys watching. Again, we ended up that evening just having really good dinner. I didn't take too much videos of food and things like that because I just wanted to sometimes put the camera down and just enjoy the moment, like I'm doing right now. Just watching the videos I put together, just kind of looking back and sharing my thoughts with you. And I appreciate you guys. I know I'm sounding a little bit kumbaya-ish, but I want you to also I'm going to leave you with a little bit of the road. I'm going to leave you with a little bit of the songs. And if you're watching this far, here's a secret. Most of all, up to now, all the songs I've made are through AI. And if you listen to some of the days, there are only music with lyrics. Though that music and those lyrics are highlighting what you're seeing. So check that out. And I hope to see you all watching in day 9. This is Justo Hops. This is day 8. We're going back to Tbilisi. And then the next day we're going to Armenia. Ciao, y'all.
Watch the color fall. 8,000 years in the clay jar wall, buried in the ground like a secret kept. The whole vineyard remembered while the kingdom slept. Amber, amber, not orange, amber, get it right. Amber, amber, this is Georgia in a glass of light. Skins and seeds and time and earth. Cube every seal just before your birth. One sip and you stop, you look, you taste something old that nobody replaced. Amber, amber, 8,000 years don't lie. Oh, it's slow. Watch the color fall. 8,000 years in a clay jar wall, buried in the ground like a secret kept. The whole vineyard remembered while the kingdom slept. Amber, amber, not orange, amber, get it right. Amber, amber, this is Georgia in a glass of light. Skins and seeds and time and earth. Cube every seal since before your birth. One sip and you stop, you look, you taste something old that nobody replaced.